Hey, yo, this is 7 p.m. postgame presented by FanDuel. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Giannis Antetokounmpo still dominating, but he's been banged up all season long, and lately, the team completely falls apart when he's not on the floor. You feel like everything depends on you just to be competitive, Melo? How heavy does that start to feel?
Looking at the T.
Looking at the T, we got a special message inside the T?
The principal ingredient of life is love.
Well,
that's the T.
Giannis probably gave a lot of love to Milwaukee. Now, he hasn't necessarily said trade me.
Yeah.
But all signs point to him looking for a new home. What are your thoughts, Melo?
I think Milwaukee as an organization held on as long as possible, as long as they could, to try to figure this out.
Mm-hmm.
Like Giannis don't need saving.
No.
He don't need saving. Like he need alignment. He need a group of guys who is aligned with what his goals are, which is to win championship, which is to compete at the highest level. So if you're not going to put that around him, then respect his legacy, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Protect his legacy, right? Protect his prime. Like, let's protect his prime. If y'all not going to do nothing with his prime. You know what I mean? So I just think the frustration kicks in with him because it's like, damn, like I'm not complaining. I don't complain. Like I'm the ultimate professional. Like
right.
I go out there and I give it 110% every single night. I do what I got to do to try to win. Like, at least meet me somewhere.
I mean, I got to give it to Milwaukee, though. Like, Milwaukee's definitely made some moves over the past several years. They went out and got Dame Lillard. Obviously, they went out and tried to flip this Miles Turner situation into something, after Lillard got hurt. The championship window was what it was several years ago. And Giannis is still playing at a league MVP level, but I don't need to be no body language expert. You see videos of him on the bench in tears. You see him at the post game, like straight up just.
My son going through it.
He's going through it, bro. Like, I feel him, man.
That shit, listen, man, let me tell you something.
At what point, as an organization, do they need to do right by Giannis? As like, yo, like, I done gave everything I could give.
It depends on the integrity of the organization. You know what I mean? Of who's in that seat to be like, all right, like, like we got to figure this out. I want to do what's right by you, as long as it's, it's being treated the right way too.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, let's make this a cordial situation. Unless it's like that, then it's never going to be, I'm going to give you everything that you asked for.
Yeah.
I mean, they tried. They put pieces around them. They got good pieces over there. It's just not working. You know what I mean? So it's hard to get that championship window back.
Yeah.
It's hard. The league catch up. Guys got better. Different style of game now. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's hard to get a championship window. It's hard to keep a championship window, and it's hard to get a championship window.
And on top of that, you're not going to get equal value for a Giannis in a trade, right? Like, either way,
you gotta be realistic about the trades. I know it's a lot of teams out there that they talking about with trades. You got to be realistic about it.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, realistically, I mean, there's some teams that could play around and, I've been hearing Minnesota's and, things like that. That's intriguing. But, like, who can really pull a trigger?
So
there's only a couple teams that I think could pull a trigger.
Yeah.
Where it actually would make sense. I think OKC, like, I think that's the best. No, I mean, I'm just speaking from a. Nah,
because I remember we spoke about OKC pushing that button.
Yeah, I know it may not never happen, but I'm
Giannis,
just, when you're talking about best fit for him, OKC is the best fit for him.
Okay.
It's an easy trade. It's a seamless trade. Picks, talent, play. You know what I mean? Like, you have the best package.
Yeah.
That can make this super seamless. right? And we talking about protecting Giannis, his prime. That protects his prime.
Right.
You know, then you talk about New York. You know, that's a legacy and a power move right there. You know what I mean? He instantly becomes the face of New York basketball, instantly. You get what I'm saying? So that's more legacy and that's a power move right there. Then you have just, you know, the basketball kingdom, as they call it, in Golden State. Like, you know what I mean? That's
him
like they going all in.
Yeah.
Golden State would have to go all in and say, hey, we going all in to make this happen.
Yeah.
Right? Those are like the three that I could really make it happen. You know, the only thing about Golden State, they assets.
And Jimmy getting hurt.
That comes into play. You know, assets comes into play.
Twist it up.
And my dark horse, it would be like Miami.
Yeah. Seems like Miami's always in the mix for these big trades because Pat's not afraid to take a swing and people want to play in the sun.
They would be my dark horse. So those would be like, when you talking about official trades.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That can happen. You know, those are to me are four.
Do you think New York makes sense for Giannis? For both sides, really. Do you think?
It depends what Giannis won out of all of this.
Yeah.
You know, you coming to New York, it ain't just basketball.
Yeah.
You know, that's you starting to set your next play up. That's legacy. You come to New York. You still want to win, though.
Of course.
You're going to do everything you got to do. But that's more of a power move coming to New York. If he was to say, hey, I want to go to New York, I demand to get to New York, like that's a power move.
That seems like the only, in my opinion, the only way that next move really gets done is if Giannis says, hey, bring me here. But it doesn't seem like Giannis is going to do that. It doesn't seem like he's going to step out and be like, hey, I want to be traded. I want to be traded here. He kind of feels like every time they've asked him, they've said, hey, I'm here. I'm playing here. I'm giving everything I want to Minneapolis, to Milwaukee. And he's saying all the right things. Even as this news broke, it wasn't framed in a way that made it sound like Giannis is saying, I want to be out.
I don't think he's saying that. Like, I don't think he's saying that, like, I want to be out. Like, he's not saying, I don't hear him say, like, I want to be out. I want to be out. Now, you could be saying that to the public, but behind closed doors is one thing. Like, even behind closed doors, I'm not hearing that.
Yep.
He want to be out. You know, what I'm hearing is, show me what we can do, Milwaukee. You know what I mean? Like, show me. Like, I'm giving you everything. I'm like, show me that you want to win a championship. You want to try to win a championship. Show me.
From your own point of view, as somebody who's been in those shoes before, when you've given a city everything, how do you know as a player when it's time to move on?
You can hold on too long. You know, it's an old saying. You got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. Like,
know when to run
like
away.
You hold it for so long that you miss your time to fold it, to throw it in. Like, all right, boom, like, I'm cool. Like, let me get a new hand.
Yeah.
So it's a fine line, you know, from when you're like going from like, I'm going to deal with it, and you frustrated and you still going to figure the shit out. Then that other side is, man, what's next?
Yeah.
What's the move? What I got to do? Now you start putting shit in perspective and you start really figuring it out, because it's going to come a point in time where the tables are reversed. Giannis got the table now. It's going to come a time where the tables are reversed. So why they both are can communicate.
Yeah.
They both could communicate right now.
Yeah.
Communicate and let it figure it out. Everybody see what's happening. If you want Giannis to stay, then show him. He's showing you. He's proven to you. And he's giving you everything.
You talked about holding on too long, and I think of this classic NBA moment. Lots of Giannis and Kevin Garnett comparisons throughout their career. I remember one time KG sitting across from John Thompson.
Yeah.
And he's sitting here just going through it. Like, you see the anguish on KG's face about how much he just wants to win in Minnesota. And you get the feeling like, I flash back to Giannis being in tears on that bench, talking, just seeing what he was going through. And, you don't necessarily, he runs the risk of that becoming him too, like being somewhere a little bit too long. And it worked out well for KG, ended up in Boston, got a championship.
Yeah.
But, Giannis ain't the most easiest player to move. The trade deadline could come next week, February 6th, and he could very much still be a Milwaukee Buck.
Most likely he will be.
Yeah.
I mean, you talking about, the phones is ringing now. The lines are open, the phones is ringing, but these teams are not, they understand what comes with getting somebody, acquiring somebody like Giannis.
Yep.
Right? So your whole scrapbook, your whole book strategy goes out the door. You got to create a whole new strategy in order when he gets there. So are you willing to do that? Do you have the supporting cast and the pieces and the coach and the front office to support what you're trying to do? Mm-hmm. If not, don't even play around in that field. Don't just leave this trade alone. That's why I said it's only like 4 or 5 teams who can that really makes sense to make it happen.
Last thing I'm going to ask you, I'm going to just put you on the spot.
Ain't no spot.
This time next week, February 7th comes, what uniform is Giannis Antetokounmpo wearing? Milwaukee or other?
I'm going to say Milwaukee. I mean, you got a week, right? That's some change. Like, you got to, time is ticking. Again, it's got to be somebody who, it can't be complicated.
Yeah.
It cannot be complicated. If it gets complicated, or if it have to get complicated as far as pieces moving, and Giannis would be a buck after the break.
Feels like the saga that will never end, but hopefully this time next week, it might be. This is 7 p.m. in Brooklyn, a Wave original presented by FanDuel, and this is a 7 p.m. postgame. Every Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern, FanDuel is featuring limited time specials you won't want to miss. Boosts, bonuses, surprises, all dropping in the app during happy hour. Only on FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Hit the button, subscribe to our YouTube page and on podcast channels. Those likes, rate, and reviews help 7 p.m. in Brooklyn and the show more than ever. So keep hitting those for Carmelo Anthony, for Kaz. We catch y'all next time. Brand new episode of 7 p.m. in Brooklyn dropping this Monday. Catch y'all next time, people. Peace.
Peace.